You know what? We are live this morning.
Hey. Hey, yeah. Ain't you like that one? Somebody say. Hey. Cause I've been trying to be practical. Let me take a sabbatical. Apparently what I'm saying too radical. And y'all can't stomach.
Listen, man, good morning. Good morning. I know I'm a little bit late, about 10 minutes late. Actually, a little bit over 10 minutes. It's okay. Listen, we got a great show today. Can't wait to share a lot of exciting stuff with y'all. We're going to keep it short and sweet and simple. I know I always say that, and then it'll be like 45 minutes later. It's okay. We're going to see what we can do today. So, we got to talk about all the fun stuff. I can't wait to talk about, this whole week's recap. There was a lot that happened. Kelvin Owens released his Quo Warranto documentary series. That we're going to talk about that. Let me see. Nexus interviewed Ms. Valerie Brown Williams yesterday evening. Y'all can check that out. The live is in the Albany Forward group. Actually, let me go ahead and share the page. Let me share what's up real quick so y'all know what we're going to be talking about. Where is it? You know what? I forgot. I always get ahead of myself. Let's do the due diligence, y'all. We got to share the live. Tell everybody where we at and what time it is. And of course, we got to tell everybody to keep shopping online. I appreciate all of you. You all are so wonderful. Everybody that's been ordering online, we appreciate y'all. Continue to shop there. EasyCopy.io is the destination. And hold on, I'm sharing right here. Share to the Albany Forward group. We are live right now. Boom, share it. Okay. In addition to that, of course, we got to talk about that town hall forum, Mr. John Howard's town hall forum, and what came of that. It was on the news. A lot of folks called me about it. Then we're going to talk about this national news. That I don't know if y'all heard about Saudi Arabia rejecting the U.S. dollar for this for these oil sales, the petrodollar, the 50-year-old petrodollar agreement between the U.S. and Saudi Arabia that they only could, take U.S. dollars for their oil sales. Is expired and they did not renew it. We're gonna talk about that. And then, of course, I just heard this morning Hunter Biden was convicted on all 3 felony charges with them gun charges, so he's officially a hood nigga now. And then, of course, we got Dr. Cornel West that we got to talk about because third party politics. Clearly, nobody wants these bad actors. But before we do all of that, y'all know we got to get in these streets. I got to tell y'all what's going on in the city of Albany because there's always something going on in the city of Albany. So let me share the screen real quick. Let me go ahead and let y'all know. This weekend coming up, there's a lot of Juneteenth celebrations, isn't it? Let me share the screen. What we got here? So this is the one that Omar Salam is doing over there at Old E Park. 231 people don't responded. Oh, they getting down. Yeah, this is going to be the one to go to. And so that's going to be going down OE Park. Oh, I'll be there. All right, cool. I'll be there too. That's going on this weekend, June 15th, 16th. What else is going on? Next Tuesday, there's the business after hours with, am I interested in this? I'm interested. I might not go. I don't know, but that's happening too next Tuesday. Make sure y'all check that out. I'm also too organizing this here content day party. Exciting free event. Y'all can come out, have a good time. There's gonna be we got vendors. We're gonna have a grill set up, giving away free food. Y'all can come out and create some dope content. I'm gonna be doing live business spotlight interviews right here in the shop, letting local businesses know, or rather letting y'all know about these local businesses. And there's gonna be what Miss Nichelle at 818 Diagnostics is doing. What is she doing? She's doing medical testing and health screening. And then Miss Very Cute Tees is doing custom t-shirts. I, of course, doing printing and design work. And then there's also a photography studio at the end of our plaza, Mr. A. Jordan. And he's going to be doing photo shoots in there, whole full sets. And so that's going on the 29th. Make sure y'all mark your calendars for that. What else? There was something else going on. Oh, of course. There's the Summer Splash 5K. This sucker just got so much bigger, and I appreciate the love because we got excellent sponsors, man. Albany Cares just jumped on and sponsored us, so appreciate that love. But also too, a lot of questions about the vendors. So I got a video on here showing you, if you click donate and tickets, you can scroll down and the vendor tickets are in there, and you can join both, pay for the one. That's a commercial vendor. That's just, you selling whatever you're selling. But there's also a food truck vendor at the bottom right here. You can choose that if you're a food truck. Boom, you put in your information and boom, you're out of there. And so that's also on there too. You can register to be a vendor. Vendor spots are going, and I'm proud of that. I'm so excited. Y'all, folks usually wait to the last minute, but they've been shopping. So make sure y'all check out Summer Splash. We're also gonna be giving away water guns, water balloons, all that fun stuff. Jelly Ball is also too gonna be out there at Summer Splash. So make sure, if y'all didn't get a chance to get out there, man, it's these little water pellets, but it's like laser tag with water pellets. So they're gonna be out there. They also bring water slides too. So it's a huge event. Charity Foods is doing a food giveaway. I just got word that we finally got our backpacks, so we're gonna be doing a back to school giveaway. It's the last weekend before school gets back in, so it's gonna be the biggest something or another that's going on. So, okay, that's a lot of in these streets. Look, y'all, let's go ahead and get into the news. Let's go ahead and get into talking about what happened this past weekend. Let me pull that up. So, in fact, let's hear the news story about it, because this new, well, she's not new. Share the screen. Hold on.
On poverty and the contributing factors, along with identifying solutions to help move the community forward. Nearly 30% of Albanians live below the poverty level, and today residents learn the reasons why there is so much poverty in the city. In fact, Albany, Georgia ranks 158 out of 159 in child poverty.
So as she's talking about this real quick, in fact, let me pause it, because there's a lot to say. First of all, y'all, with these town halls, and this is the part that we want to share. This is the top of the hour news. We're going to get into the good national news in a second. But the real focus of this whole live here today is we're going to talk about and scrutinize what happened here this past weekend. In fact, we need to hear what these folks are saying, because it's a lot of fluff. It's always fluff, and there's never any substance. Well, let's take a listen. Put it back. Thank you. Put it back. Play.
In child poverty at about 43%. So almost half of Daugherty County's children live in poverty.
That's not Shawnee Motley, and it's not Daugherty County, but you know what? We digress.
In this community, which is a really, really sad number, but it's not unlike the other counties who are neighboring. It's a regional issue. It is a state issue.
Going to think about solutions for how we move
That's Shawnee Motley.
forward. We have so many agencies who are working in these areas. Oftentimes we work in silos. So the goal is to come together so that we can create progressive action for our community.
We've had some solutions today, some recommendations, and I hope
I was the only one that proposed any solution or recommendation.
that our community can benefit from this information and move forward.
Okay, pause, because they finna bring me up on this thing next. So before I even say what I said again in here, there's all the information that was presented. The beginning, the whole first part for me was a complete waste of time. They spent a lot of time going over stats and numbers. They talked about all the information that we already know, information that we've heard time and time again. And I'm trying my best to keep it even tempo as I delivered this time. Because apparently folks supposed to say, oh, I was going off and I'm yelling and I'm da-da-da-da-da. But for those that don't feel away and just nonchalant, why aren't you upset? Why is it that y'all are able to sit and watch the erosion of our community and just shrug it off? Like, okay, it's cool. I don't understand y'all. I don't understand people that aren't more upset. And I'm so glad that Arthur K. Williams was in there and he dapped me up when I left. Arthur K. Williams was like, hey man, you just called it how you see it. And I appreciate that, because I need that encouragement. And a lot of folks that, us called and encouraged me and whatever, say, yeah, you spoke up, and we appreciate that. But it can't just be me, y'all. It can't just be me saying this stuff. If the next 3-4 people that got up and spoke after me said the same things and hammered down on that point, it would have been unavoidable. But because it's just me yelling out the points and getting some amens on the side, it looks like just an angry citizen. And so when we all know that that's not the case, we know that the whole city is upset and tired of the same crap. A lot of people just don't know how to go about it, what to do, how to address it. So with all that in mind, why aren't we more angry? Why aren't we more upset? So let's continue and just hear how the news kind of tried to characterize me.
But residents are saying that enough is enough with the community forums because nothing is being done afterwards.
I can't stand these meetings because nothing comes of it. We do this all the time with all the same people. What are we doing after this, y'all? If y'all don't talk to Mayor Bodero and tell him y'all don't like that he voted down housing development on the south side, what are we doing? If y'all don't tell him we tired of these utility rates, what are we doing?
However, residents did acknowledge that some of the issues and came up with possible solutions.
Hold on. In fact,
saying resources aren't the problem in Albany, rather it's a lack of community conversation and action.
I don't know if she meant to have the screen be on Henry
Rather
Mathis.
it's a lack of community conversation and action.
When she said lack of action, but she made sure to put their faces on the screen when she described that it's actually a lack of action. And so I appreciate that. Thank you.
Solutions, saying resources aren't the problem in Albany, rather it's a lack of community conversation and action.
Anyway, so look, y'all, let me say this. There's a fine line between, like righteous indignation and just angry black man. And I feel like y'all haven't even seen righteous indignation yet. Y'all just getting frustrated. And granted, when I was in there talking, and there's more to it there, because that right there, let me see, where's the rest of it? Where's the rest of the video? Let me share this. Let me share this tab here. Let me add it to it. So here's more context of how I was talking.
Days that can do the work, but they need funding and they need resources and they need help, and that isn't happening. And so, question 3. What have you seen work well in other communities to address these issues? I just put Camilla really big across the top of mine. I don't know if y'all know what's going on in Camilla right now. Yeah. But they getting it done. They getting it done. They lowering utility rates. They decriminalizing marijuana. We're gonna pause on that. Breathe. Yes, they decriminalize marijuana. Oh my gosh, thank you. Exactly. It's long overdue.
So I wasn't just yelling. I wanted to make sure I painted that picture. There was more talk that happened, and I made other points and other things. But at that point, I just had to address the realities of what we all experiencing. So let's deal with the facts and the realities. We have these meetings all the time. Like I said, it's actually shameful now at this point that they even waste our time doing. We need to come together because y'all not proposing any solutions. That table there where they had Josh, I'm keep doing that. I'm so sorry. Not Joshua Sampson. David Sampson and Henry Mathis. Bodero was also at that table. So it was just a table of inaction, the table of lack, and the table of bad leadership. And so they were all sitting together, and now one of them proposed any solution. Why aren't the leaders, when we come together to these forums, leader, where are you leading us? Nowhere, because not one of them proposed a solution. Now, is another issue. At my table, when we did the break off into work groups and they asking us these week behind prompts, that it was a waste of time. It needs to be so much more done. But anyway, I proposed my solution that I've shared on this live many times about the city having a Partners in Excellence program. And the lady at my table was like, well, we can't do that. I worked at the city and, we can't do that. And so I'm explaining to this lady, first off, she didn't even know what the Partners in Excellence program was with the Dougherty County school system to begin with. So I don't even know why she would even try to reject my idea. I had to explain to her what that was. And then I explained to her my idea of the city basically doing the same thing. And she tried to tear me up and down. Oh, no, we couldn't do it. So then Commissioner Young get back to the table because he was away for a time. He gets back to the table. I say, Commissioner Young, here's my idea. Can we do this? And he says, "Oh yeah, we can do that. We do that all the time. You know, we've actually we do that through our DCED program, where we actually have funds that can go directly to organizations and businesses to get certain things done." And I look at the lady, I said, "Well, ma'am, I hope you're listening." But that's a problem that we have, because we have people in these positions, in these leadership positions, that all they can think is we can't do that. And they're afraid of doing something different and it failing, and then them looking bad, them looking stupid, them looking whatever. But it's all out of fear and incompetence, or rather ignorance, I'm sorry, not incompetence, ignorance, which is just lack of knowing something, which that's what we're plagued with. Our leaders, they're ignorant to a lot of things. They're ignorant to what's going on in other municipalities, because that was the other point I made to her. I said, "Ma'am, they're doing it in other places. They're doing it in Camilla. They're doing it in Savannah. They're doing it in everywhere else. Like, why would you think that, oh, we just can't do it?" So that's a big problem that we have by doing these forums, because you have people with these limited minds that come, and they're okay with things being the same way, as long as it just, it minimizes the negative, but it doesn't move anything forward. That's not progress. And so that forum, what I need to do, and what I hope everyone does, when you speak to these leaders, John Howard, Commissioner Young, whoever's doing the forums, tell them that we expect them to propose solutions. We expect them to bring actual leadership to these meetings, and don't just expect to source information from all these other people when you're not willing to pay them for their time, their expertise, their energy, and all of that. No, stop doing that. You're disrespecting the people when you do that. Here I go, give them a tongue lashing again. Listen, it's my parents' fault. You know what? Yeah, if y'all don't like how I talk to these people, blame my parents, both of them. And my mom was sitting right there next to me too, cheering me on too. She was like, "Yeah," because she taught us like that. She taught us like that. And my dad too. When they get upset, and I know too, a lot of people know. Dr. Inyang, both of them will goddamn give you a tongue lashing in a heartbeat. That's just how I was raised, y'all. Okay? I'm sorry. Blame them. If y'all love them, then love me. Okay? That's how. Anyway. So, said all that to say, y'all, as far as this forum goes, because I spent a lot of time recapping this, and I want to talk about a few other things, but we definitely need to have the forums. We need to have congregations of thought, power, and energy, but there needs to be stronger leadership from our leadership. I'm tired of coming into these meetings and they simply present the same data that we already know, and we can see. We don't need the numbers just spelled out. Oh, and this percent is this, but you spend hours on these PowerPoints. We can see that the kids can't read. We can see that the kids breaking in cars. We can see that these people losing their jobs. We can see that the utility rates are through the roof. We don't need no stats for that. We need solutions. So stop wasting people's time with these come together moments and start bringing some solutions, because what are y'all doing? Anyway, listen, y'all, onward to the rest of the week recap. Ms. Nexus interviewed Ms. Valerie Brown Williams for Superior Court. Let's take a look, see at that. That's in the Albany Forward group as well. And hold on, let me share the screen here. Boom, share it. Y'all can actually take a look, see at that. It was actually a pretty good interview. I enjoyed it. We talked about a lot of dope stuff. And so if you want to recap that interview, it's right here in the Albany Forward group. Make sure y'all join the group. And in it, we addressed a lot of issues. We talked about family court, talked about the felonies, talked about the caseloads and how to get all of that done. And so my favorite thing, and what her favorite thing, as she expressed about herself, is her temperament. She's so cool, even keel. I like that. But anyways, make sure y'all check out that interview. What else happened? What else are we supposed to be recapping? Oh snap, Kelvin Owens. Oh buddy, this man released the Quo Warren Toe documentary series. Oh, I'm neglecting the comments. Let me get in there and see what's really good. Hold on. Come on, what you talking about, Sherelle? Stop apologizing for using your voice. You know what? You right. Really, you're right. Shout out to my dad. You're right, man. The inspiration. Hey, listen, that's the whole truth. That's the whole truth. I appreciate that, Sherelle. Thank you. Thank you. Listen, man. And y'all don't apologize either. But also, too, it would be better if it was a chorus, you know? I need a chorus. So next time we in one of these forums, y'all, and y'all see me walk in, and they hand me the mic, and everybody in the room start murmuring like they do. Just get ready to back me up. Just get ready to doggone back me up, especially if I'm speaking the truth. Now, if I get in there speaking some crazy, John, check me on it. But the last time I checked, I was speaking the truth. So that's just what that is. Look. We're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna keep it moving. But don't you get me hyped up. It's too early. Hold on. Kelvin Owens. I wanted to talk about this man, Kelvin Owens documentary series. So I learned
to sign into law.
Hold on.
The Civil Rights Act of 1964.
Hold on.
This Civil Rights Act is.
I learned that Kelvin Owens is a filmmaker. He actually got his degree in filmmaking.
In our states, in our
and
homes, and in our hearts.
So we got some doping coming in because I love filmmaking too. But he put together this doggone documentary talking about what happened in Camilla, where this Joe Bostic and David Cooper, of course, tried to get the homies Cora Morgan and Ventura Pollard out of their seats in Camilla because they've been getting it done, just like I referenced in my video. So I love the fact that this man got these people names and their faces. I'm not the only one that's calling names, y'all, okay? That's how you hold people accountable. You have to speak their names and speak what they're doing and speak truth. So if David Sampson is up in that Capitol, ain't doing nothing, and ain't passed nothing but some resolutions, say his name, because what he gonna do? I saw him in the meeting. I looked in his face. I acknowledged, all right, what he gonna say? Because doggone, that's the truth. You ain't did nothing. And I wish that if he lucky he left before I got that mic. He was gone, him and Henry Matthews left out before because if I had caught eye contact with him, it would have caught it too. But Bo Durham was right there. He was looking at him. So that's the problem right there. And that's another thing too. Real quick. We get into these forums and we want to talk about the issues. What are the issues? Our issues are our leadership, our poor leadership. If we want to get right down to the heart of the matter, if we have a team that's dysfunctional, it's the coach's fault, right? If we have a business that's dysfunctional, it's the owner's fault. If we have whatever, like, it's our leadership's fault. And the fact that we're not, when we listen, in fact, that should have been on my list. That's why it was kind of on my list. What we said, social capital. My whole, they said, what are the three main problems when we did the prompt? A lot of people said education and lack of jobs. I said our leadership, but then Commissioner Young was at our table, so he was like, anyway. My whole thing is call people's names out. Call them out, because what are they going to do, especially if you're speaking the truth? They're going to either hide the truth or they're going to whatever. Anyway, so make sure y'all check this out. Hold on, let's get back in it.
Councilmen are not residents of the mostly black voting district that elected them.
Go back to it.
And for legislation, two white men, Joe Bostic and David Cooper, would file a lawsuit claiming that two twice elected black councilmen are not residents of the mostly black voting district that elected them. They use an old legal tactic called quo warranto to remove them from office. They used this law and verifiable lies and took them to a Mitchell County, Georgia judge, Heather Lanier.
Call a name.
With no hearing.
Call a name.
In fact, in less than 24 hours, she agreed with Joe Bostic and David Cooper. Then, after the damage was done, Judge Lanier abruptly quit the case.
Hold on. Listen, let me say too why this is going.
This is not a hypothetical. This happened.
I'm sorry, they're doing work on my roof. But look, y'all. one thing that I love is when during the whole process with this, I mean, I was tuned in and I went down to actually some of the city commission meetings and all of this stuff and got the front row seat to a lot of this that was happening. It's very I don't know how to say it. The way he's using the media, the way Kelvin Owens is moving is very inspirational. That's why I always say right now, if y'all get a chance to go look at what Camilla is doing, please go down there, take a look, tune in. They are giving money to businesses. They're reducing utility rates or staying utility rates. They are they're decriminalizing marijuana and things that shouldn't be criminalized. They're readjusting how that budget is being spent. They're spending money directly with local businesses. They've contracted folks from everywhere to come and bring things to Camilla, and it's helping to bolster the local community. The people are engaged. It's making a visible change in Camilla, the things that they're doing. This David Cooper and Joe Bostic, who are on boards, they're on boards in Camilla, like the DDA board. Oh, you know what? I really need to pause and talk about that real quick before we get too deep into everything, because that's really important. Pause real quick, y'all. My attention span, but hey, I hope y'all can catch me, follow with me. Let me tell y'all about this, because Omar Salam called me to share this tab. Thank you. Omar Salam called me yesterday and said, hey, Adam, we need you at this board. I'm sure he wants me to yell at somebody. He wants me to yell at somebody like I did at the at the town hall, and I might just do it. Who knows? But anyway, apparently, Omar Salam calls and says, hey, there's a Downtown Development Authority board meeting going on. What the Downtown Development Authority does, they determine how the money is spent downtown. There's a lot of money that goes downtown. They have a facade program that they're supposed to be spending to fix up the buildings up downtown and all this other stuff. But they spend money very stupidly. I'm very slightly aware, and the slight awareness that I have tells me they're very misguided. What they have is poor leadership. Warburton apparently is somehow involved with this. I don't know what Omar Salam told me, something about Warburton. But this is going on today. So I need y'all to mark your calendars for today at 5 o'clock. Wednesday, June 12th. That's today. 401 Pine Avenue. It is it's the building, the Albany Utilities building, the new Albany Utilities building there at the corner of Pine and, is that Jefferson or Monroe? What corner is that? But it's that new Albany Utilities building, 401 Pine Avenue. We need y'all there, as many people as possible. I shared it on my Facebook. Where's my Facebook? We're gonna come right back, Quo Warren. So don't you worry. Don't you worry. But anyway, oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, there we go. 7 shares. Good job. I'm glad y'all sharing it. Make sure y'all are there, please. I'm not sure what's supposed to happen on the agenda, or what they're supposed to be talking about, but apparently it's important enough that Omar Salam is calling as many folks as he can to be party to this. Apparently they're finna spend some money in some reckless way that does not reflect the interests of the people. And so to hold these people accountable, please make sure y'all show up to this meeting. And in addition to that, there is a utility board meeting tomorrow. Let me share this tab right here. So over here, I'm on the Albany's, website right here, custom documents, images, and calendar. Over here is the DDA board meeting. There's a darts. Oh yeah, the darts. That's the transportation meeting. So if y'all want to talk about transportation or be privy to what's going on in there, that's also tomorrow. And the utility board meeting is tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. in the same building that this meeting is going to be in today. So, and then Attica, the Attica board, that's next Tuesday, the 18th, which is also election day. Man, it's a lot going on. Goodness gracious. Listen, y'all, but we owe it to ourselves to stay engaged. So this meeting here, though, to repress again, share this tab. This is going on today. Make sure y'all are there. Stop sharing. I need to get back to what I was talking about, but the importance of being engaged right now can't be overstated. There's so much money that passes through this city and through these boards. That's why the board appointments are also too important after these elections. And we need to, this $319 million budget that was just passed, now these subsequent meetings are talking about that the money is being dispersed to these different departments. Now they're breaking up and talking about how they're spending the money. And so being engaged in these meetings is just as important if we want to hold these leaders accountable and make sure that our interests are being represented with this money. Please mark your calendars for these meetings. Find out And I'm gonna do my best, y'all. I'll do my best to get out here and make sure y'all get some kind of inkling of what's happening, because I know y'all busy. Boy, all right, let me get in here, y'all. Let me get back core warrant. So get in there.
Ruling that kicks them off the council.
One thing
The issue
too
is whether or not they actually
Oh,
live in
that's
the
right.
community they serve.
WAOB News 10's Mackenzie
Hold
Petrie
on.
explains why
So-
they feel this decision needs to be reconsidered. Mackenzie?
The other point that I wanted to make is about the strength of the media. Right now, in fact, let me pause this, because I went to WALB's website specifically to see the the recap of the town hall. But once I got there and I looked through WALB through the everything that I'm seeing on the reporting, it has changed. It's not as negative as it has been when I scroll, and the crime stuff that I am seeing is coming out of Lee County. I am seeing a little bit of crime stuff here and there, but for the most part, they have a lot of community news on WALB.com right now. I wonder what influenced that change. Could it anyway? Y'all already know what time it is, so I'm paying attention to that though, and I hope y'all are as well. Notice the trends and notice the influence that we have as a people. Notice that the influence that you have when you speak up. To Sherelle's point about stop apologizing for using my voice, you are right. And there's a lot of black folks in there now. Yeah, this Ashanti Isaac girl that was new. She said, I've been there a couple years, but I ain't seen you. But now she out here on the front doing reporting and whatnot. So shout out to that. WALB is changing their tune considerably. They're changing how they're moving. And we already saw it last year where Albany Herald put out that message about they're going to be more community oriented. They're listening. They're listening when we are saying we are tired of this negativity and we are tired of this negative portrayal that they're giving of Albany. And we're seeing the shift. Be very clear about why that change happened and where it came from. Be very clear about the source, because they didn't just do it on their own. They didn't just do it because they thought that they needed to be better for themselves. They heard the people in the community speaking about this horrible coverage and how it has been negatively impacting the community, and they've decided to make a shift. So that is what happens when you raise your voice. So shout out to everybody that cowers when I get the mic and when I start giving these folks a tongue lashing, because y'all are the a part of the problem. Unfortunately, we got to be honest about that, because if you're trying to tell me to be quiet or tell me to tone it down, you're part of the problem. You're in the way of change and progress, because the reason why I got on the news is because of my tone. The reason why people been calling me and all this whatever is because of my tone and because of how I'm addressing this girl. I'm not going in there sweet and meek and mild, because that don't change nothing. That's not going to get you heard. So, and what's more, we've done that already. And that's the other part. It ain't that we haven't had these nice discourses and these nice, gentle, formal engagements and all of this stuff, and we come before the commission and we present our ideas and we blah 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 blah, and we've done all that pretty crap. We've done the pretty crap, and nothing has changed. But now when I get to doggone yelling at niggas, now shut up. Okay, I feel better. I'm gonna get a rage room. I'm gonna start. Listen, in fact, whoever wants to come in with me on my rage room, I got plans drawn up. I've got I'm gonna call Bob Brooks. I need a warehouse. Somebody call Bob Brooks for me and tell him I got a beautiful idea. We just need it. Anyway, we're gonna talk about it. So listen, y'all. This but this Core Warrant documentary series, y'all, it is I can't wait for the rest of it. Episode 1 came out. You can check it out on the Owens for Camilla page. Let me get out the full screen. Owens for Camilla. Boo. And he's got a lot going on. 62 shares. God almighty. Good job, boy. Good job. So take control of the media, okay? If we don't control our media, we'll be victimized by it. And so I appreciate Kelvin Owens for controlling the narrative here, because WALB and Albany Herald actually had very, very negative reporting against Camilla, against Ventura Paul, against Corey Morgan, and against Kelvin Owens during this whole thing. And so this is him taking a huge, like blow back. It's like, wow, you're taking a swing back, not a blowback, but this is his swing back, and it's beautifully done, masterfully done. And I love the fact that he said they use verifiable lies. The wording is beautiful. So shout out to that, man. Look, I wanted to get into this national news. I wanted to talk about how Saudi Arabia has ditched the dollar and that petrodollar is no more. I wanted to talk about Hunter Biden being convicted on all 3 felony gun charges. But I need a timeout. I need a second, y'all. So hold on. Give me like 30 seconds, y'all. Okay. All right. I needed a second. We're back. Let me pull up this one video here. Hold on. Before we jump into this, we're gonna talk about this this petrodollar in Saudi Arabia in national news, and put a lot of stuff into context. And so I haven't even heard any detailed reporting. Let's be clear. Like, all I saw and all I've seen were headlines. So I haven't heard any analysis. I haven't heard any like timelines. I haven't heard anything. So I'm going to give my predictions, because this is going to be my first time hearing this video. And I guess everybody I'm sharing it to. But here's what I know from seeing patterns and seeing how things have gone nationally. The impact about with this petrodollar agreement, or the dissolution of it, is finna be crazy. The money, the US dollar is taking a tremendous hit. Now, economically, what does this mean? Or rather, Saudi Arabia is no longer bound to just accepting the US dollar for payments in oil. Now they can accept all of the currencies that they want, meaning they can do business with Russia in Russian rupees, rubles, whatever they pay Russian money. They can do Chinese yuan. They can do they can receive money and all of these things. So now this is going to strengthen the economies of all the BRICS nations. The BRICS games are going on. Apparently, it's like a whole nother Olympics that's happening, and 97 countries are signed up to attend the BRICS games this year in 2024. We see the billions of dollars is going to Ukraine, the billions of dollars is going to Israel. All of this big, soupy, filthy mess just breeds hyperinflation for the United States. I'm not sure if anybody's in the Western media is going to be honest about the real effects, long-term and short-term, what this means. But hyperinflation is one of the least of our worries. After hyperinflation, you get complete death and chaos. Let's hear and see what this nice white fella has to say about Saudi Arabia.
Phase 3 so early, but here we are. Just this Sunday, one of the biggest economic deals of the century just came to an end. The long-standing petrodollar agreement between Saudi Arabia and the US just expired on June 9th, 2024. Now, this system, which has been in place for 75 years, marks a huge shift in global economics. So in today's video, I want to help explain exactly what's happening, why it's happening, and how this will affect us and our future generations. So with that said, let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Hi, my name is Andre Jick. Hope you're doing well. Come for the finance and stay for another boring macroeconomics video, phase 2. So initiate the storytelling and dramatic music. So when most people think about global trade, they're probably thinking about system is at its core.
Okay.
You ask someone to name a
This is 15 minutes. It's too long. It's too long. Listen, look. I'm gonna find a shorter video that breaks the second down. But I already know what the heck is gonna happen. Y'all, look, please start moving your money to gold and silver or crypto. Start putting your savings somewhere else besides a savings account, because that US dollar, if it sits in a savings account, will depreciate in value. Where you used to could spend, I don't even know how much a loaf of bread is now, what, $4, $5, but a loaf of bread is going to soon be $20, $50, and the US dollar is going to start looking like the peso. Now, I'm not sure what that time frame looks like or how long it's going to be to make that, for that change to happen, but it's going to happen unless, of course, the US does something else crazy. Now, they're going to pull these different mechanisms and levels with the US Treasury and the Federal Reserve to bolster confidence in the US dollar. And, oh, we still got these trade agreements and we've still got this and blah, blah, blah. The dollar's still strong. You're going to hear a lot of propaganda moving forward over the next few weeks talking about, oh, don't fear, don't fear. Prices are going to increase. I'm going to have to increase prices here. Easy Copy. Go ahead and mark your calendars for that. Prices at Easy Copy are going up. And it's all because of the petrodollar, okay? So I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear no crap. Y'all shop online now. Business cards, 100 business cards used to be $15. It's gonna be $50 for 100 business cards coming soon. Just prepare for it. And anyway, but for real, that I hope that doesn't have to happen soon. What it will mean is a lot of small businesses may have to close up because the cost of doing business will become too much. So right now, there are things that we can do to get in front of this. At a personal level, we need to take our money and start putting it in other assets that beyond the dollar, because the dollar's value will depreciate. Now, if you put that money in gold right now, put that money in silver, put that money in crypto, those things are going to appreciate, especially against the falling value of the dollar. Once we now see trading values, and I need to look at what the trading, I need to might call Geo Ant, because he be having the trade numbers and stuff. But when it comes to Forex, foreign exchange for these monies, I'm going to have to pay attention now to how the dollar is trading against the British pound or the Chinese yuan specifically, and make adjustments there. We may need to start holding our money in other currencies, a whole other stuff, because now other countries are backing their currencies by mineral goods. And so pay attention to Sudan and the Congo. There's a mad rush for these minerals out of the ground. Please, y'all, like these tech companies now are going to start positioning themselves as more political. They're going to move into more political realms with these tech companies, because now they'll own resources. They'll be able to issue their own cryptocurrencies and build their own infrastructures, build their own networks and communities. And so we're going to see a lot of shifts and things happening, and people are going to adjust because they have to. The US dollar isn't going to be able to sustain itself anymore unless I don't know what they got up their sleeve, and they're going to try stuff for a while. But history has shown, if you pay attention to, let me change this guy here, because this, I don't know why this guy's face right here. Oh boy, how about that? No, let me get this out of here too. Look, we can talk about all the theoreticals that we want, but when we look at history and what we can see as a pattern and a predictable outcome, we know that all fiat currencies have a 100% failure rate throughout history. So take your money that is US dollar right now and move it to something else. You owe it to yourself now to learn about cryptocurrencies, learn about trading, learn about investing in different other things, to harbor yourself to hedge against the loss of the value that the dollar is going to have. Please read up about what happened in Germany before Hitler got into power, the Weimar Republic and all of that, and how they went to hyperinflation. They had barrels of cash money. People had taken them to go buy groceries. And so we don't want to get to that point. But so please, if we don't want to repeat it, we need to learn history and make sure that we scale back. But find out what's going on with this petrodollar. In other news, I don't know if y'all heard of Hunter Biden convicted on these gun charges. Oh man, it's so sad. Guilty on all counts. And Fox News, boy, I tell you, they was ready. Let me get Fox News up on here. Fox News, why y'all some haters though?
Hunter Biden has been found guilty on all counts in his gun trial, federal trial in Wilmington, Delaware. All right, Leo, your first response.
My first response is I go back to the Harris Faulkner Leo Terrell segment about 6 months ago. When you asked me that question, is there any way that...
So real quick, y'all, I don't expect this to have any impact on Biden's support just as much as I don't expect, Trump's conviction to have an impact on his. But the only illustration that I want to make here with this is that they are all vile human beings. All of them up there, all of them. They all got their hands in filth. What is more problematic for me, though, with this is that Hunter Biden, high on cocaine, crack cocaine, and every other narcotic, was over in Ukraine doing business deals on behalf of Joe Biden in the White House, on behalf of the American public. And I'm sure, I don't know for sure, but I'm almost certain that his dealings over there has something to do with the current conflict that's going on in Ukraine right now. And so that's part of my problem with this. What would you say, Aaron Johnson? Diversification. I missed this this comment. Diversification is important, and it's true that foreign countries are concerned about the dollar dominance globally, but let's not discount the impact of our rising debt levels. That's the biggest threat. But listen, we got economics professor. Tell us about how the rising debt coupled with what we're seeing now as a global turning away from the U.S. dollar. How does that? What's the long-term and short-term effects of that? Because I say that further just pushes us into that hyperinflation moment where we're going to have to suffer and figure out some other alternative to the U.S. dollar, or rather, we just accept it being like the peso. And no disrespect to the peso, I mean, you know the point I'm making. But all of that is my whole thing is we've seen the patterns, and we've seen country after country over the past few years, remove the US dollar as their reserve currency. And so what that means and what that does is all the US dollars, the hundreds of millions of dollars that's in these banks, these foreign banks, they're going to be sending that money back. And so when we have this huge influx of cash that returns back to the US markets and back to America, now the value is going to tank. And now we've seen this even more now where Saudi Arabia, of course, is taking the move that they're taking. Is going to be, what was that? Just caution you to not overstate the risk and will be careful about shifting too much of your portfolio toward gold and crypto. I hear that. And of course, like I used to say when crypto crisis would come on, I am not a financial expert. Please do. This is not financial advice. This is not, please do your own research when it comes to investing. I am not an investment coach, none of that. But all I can do is tell you what I see out here in these streets and what I've learned and pass that information along. So please, when it comes to investing your money, do not go by Adam's word at all. Please do your own research. I will not be responsible for you coming. I put all my money in this. I don't know who you are. Anyway, but yes, to that point though, definitely be mindful of what you're investing in and how you invest and whatnot. But gold and crypto for me, it was specifically gold. We ain't even gonna talk about crypto, but gold. Gold is 5,000-year-old world currency that has not failed in over 5,000 years. So that's always been the hedge. That's what rich people do. Rich people invest in precious metals, art, things like that will appreciate. You buy the art, you get it appraised, you take a loan out on your art, make yourself money, then you sell it, it increases in value, whatever. But those types of things, my whole thing is don't put your money in a bank account and expect that sucker to just appreciate in value when you can't buy eggs in a week or two. But Hunter Biden, back to this whole point though. This fool, and I'm pointing to the screen, this fool here was over in Ukraine doing drugs, snorting cocaine and whatnot, and has been found guilty of gun charges. That to me is actually worse than Donald Trump paying a porn star to be quiet. In regards to just, you know, somebody did something wrong. Like, would you rather somebody be guilty of gun charges or paying somebody off? Yeah, would you rather the guy be on camera snorting cocaine and, you know, and I'm pretty sure they all snort cocaine. They all snort cocaine. They all do. I was in DC. I saw it myself. It was crazy. The aides, the staff people that work with in the representatives' offices and stuff, they go to the Hamilton down I forget the street it's on, and they just sniffing cocaine right in the back. Like everybody's sniffing cocaine. DC is a cocaine fueled cesspool. That's the facts. And so yeah, but you can't be out here on buying guns. And so anyway, look, y'all, we at the 50-minute mark. We've been here for a while, way longer than I thought I was gonna be. But there was a lot that we talked about. I figure I missed something. Oh, want to remind everybody to vote for Dr. Cornel West. That was the other point. We have alternatives between these two wild entities. We have in RFK, as one libertarian explained to me, is just another form of these rich other billionaires that's in here trying to play with our minds and play with our money. Vote Dr. Cornel West. Vote for your interests, and if you can't find yourself to do that, abstain to vote for these people. Take a bold step and do something differently, y'all. Stop doing the same stuff. Stop voting for these same incompetent people that refuse to put forth a plan, that they can't put forth any solutions because they can't fathom them. Like, stop accepting mediocrity. Stop accepting because somebody looks good on the outside. Stop accepting facades. Be more analytical. Be bolder in your inquisitions. Hold people accountable. That's the only way we're going to move things forward. We have to take bold new steps. And so please be in attendance to that meeting today. To recap on that, the DDA board meeting is at 5:00 today at 401 Pine Avenue. They are doing stuff on the roof, but that is today. The utility board meeting and the DART transportation meeting is tomorrow. Attica board meeting is next Tuesday, along with the voting for the runoff. Make sure y'all come out and vote. Actually, early voting is going on right now. I forgot to say about that. Early voting is happening right now for the runoff for Superior Court Judge down at the Candy Room, and of course 9 to 5. And on Tuesday, that's the election day for the runoff at 18th. Make sure y'all make a plan to vote. And yeah, and of course, if y'all found anything in this live exciting, helpful, life-changing, beneficial in any way, please like, share, and comment. Let everybody know what's going on, where we at, and what we're talking about. More to talk about, of course, in regards to these forums. More to talk about in regards to these utilities. More to talk about when Kelvin Owens releases another episode of that Core Warren Tour as well. Make sure y'all join the Albany Forward group. And I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. 2 fingers. See